Hey guys, today I'm going to do a pick a card reading and we're going to answer the question, just what do I need to know right now, or what do I need to focus on? So it's going to be messages directly from Spirit to you. This will be a timeless reading, so whenever you click on this video is the perfect time for you to receive the messages. So yeah, it's just going to be kind of like a guidance reading, especially if you feel a little bit confused or like you don't have much faith in the spirit world right now, or you kind of, just feeling a bit flat or anything like that. I'm asking Spirit to come through, kind of like restore our faith, offer us the guidance that we need to keep us on our path. Okay? So I have 3 groups for you to choose from. Group 1 is the amethyst, group 2 is the clear quartz, and group 3 is the smoky quartz. Okay, so if you want, you can pause the video as you make your selection, and I'll see you at your group. Alright, hey group 1, I'm just going to move these ones out of the way. Okay, so we're just going to see what it is that you need to be focusing on right now, hey? So I've got your tarot and your oracle cards. And I think we'll do oracle cards first. Alright, we'll see. Spiritual growth. Enchantment. Celebration. Miracles. Balance. Body care. And truth and integrity. Okay. Let's see, we'll make some space for all of them. And then, is this the, okay, you got that in reverse. The Page of Swords in reverse. The 7 of Pentacles in reverse. The 6 of Wands. The Queen of Swords. Justice. Why it won't ever focus, I don't know. The Fool and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so what do you guys need to focus on right now? I'd say looking after yourself first and foremost. I think maybe there's been some spirits just saying like, don't believe the thoughts in your head that are telling you that you don't deserve whatever it is that you're saying you don't deserve. I think sometimes you're putting, oh, there's a little spider on that one. That's a nice little blessing. I think sometimes you put other people's needs before your own, and Spirit's asking you to bring that a little bit more into balance. Yeah, because we have the Justice card as well, so there is this need for things to sort of even out in terms of the scales of life, and I think unfortunately you've been getting the short end of the stick or whatever, and Spirit's saying like that's a really big contribution to how you've been feeling recently. If you haven't been feeling all that good, then it's because you need to like put your own needs first, or at least bring them up to being equal to people in your life. Now, I can't ignore the reversals, because these are very interesting ones to come out in reverse. So this Page of Swords is telling me that you have a lot of ideas, you have a lot of things to say that are really worth saying, Spirit's saying. What you have to say is worth saying, and yet there's like a block in you right now around how to speak your mind, or even how to bring your ideas out into the world, I'm hearing. So yeah, Spirit's just saying, like, be kind to yourself around this feeling that you have, that you can't express yourself, or you feel frozen sometimes before you can articulate yourself, and that, you know, it's not always easy when we bring ideas out into the world that are new, because I'm seeing with this page that it's not like it's a very unique thing that you have a really unique mind, or you have a unique gift. And yeah, sometimes people won't like that. Sometimes people will push back about that. Sometimes people will put us down for that. And perhaps you already have been put down for this skill or this unique mind you have. But it's like, Spirit's saying invest in yourself, because this Seven of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that you haven't been investing in yourself recently. Which is fine. Spirit's saying that's okay. Like, it's just that you deserve it. You deserve to be invested in. You deserve to be looked after by yourself and by others. You know, sometimes, like, we need other people to help us out. Spirit's saying ask for that help. Ask for people to help you look after yourself if you feel a bit alone. And yeah, invest in yourself. Invest in meeting your own needs. Invest in your own mood and your own growth as well, because you are growing at an alarming rate, says Spirit. So that's fine. With great change comes great responsibility. So yeah, there's a really new beginning happening for you. I think it's going to be happening in a lot of arenas of your life. I don't think it's going to just happen in love or in finances or anything like that. I think it's going to be across the board, this massive renewal, almost a rebirth. I think I'm hearing Spirit saying, hold in for the next 3 weeks. She says, just like, really be with yourself for the next 3 weeks. Be with your truth and stand in your integrity, even if that's different to other people. Maybe like sit with a decision that you might have. Try and just like allow yourself the time to really feel confident moving forward in whatever you choose. So don't like push yourself to make a decision when you're not ready to. Yeah, and know that there are miracles on their way to you, and that you can pray for this as well. Like, I think that Spirit's saying like this period that might have been heavy for a while is coming to an end, and there's going to be cause for celebration very soon. There's going to be something happening for you that really does feel like a miracle, and you're going to be incredibly grateful. It's going to allow you to see the enchantment of life again. Perhaps you felt a bit flat about things. You're going to feel enchanted again, and like you can fall in love with life again. You see the reason to live again. This Six of Wands is talking about public recognition and victory. And I'm feeling like you are going to be rising strong. You will rise strong. See all these people underneath her, and she's just gigantic compared to them. I think that this is very symbolic. Perhaps you've been dealing with some little people in your life, if you know what I mean. Some people that are acting real little and are trying to get you to come down to their level and really like engage with the drama or with things that are just not important. And you're rising above that. You're just standing in your power and in your strength and in your full height, and you're not getting sucked down to their level anymore. You're rising strong, you're victorious, and you're actually just really showing these people in your life how above that you are. And they might fight back, sure they might, because they want you to come back down to their level and engage in their silly games again. But you won't. You're going to be victorious. It may even signify a time when you're moving away from a group of people that you've simply outgrown. I'm seeing you're outgrowing a lot. You're growing at an incredible rate, Spirit's saying, and it's okay to outgrow people. It's okay to feel sad about that as well, and it's okay to feel angry about it. You can feel whatever you feel about these people, okay? Now, I'm also getting a message around your ability to be assertive. And so this Queen of Swords is telling you that you are an assertive person and you're actually really good at putting up boundaries. And if this isn't fully, like if you haven't fully integrated that into who you are yet, then you will really soon. And it's going to feel like justice. Perhaps you felt like you couldn't stand up to these little people in your life recently. Well, you will be. And you're going to be assertive with them. You're going to put up boundaries that are really serving justice to you. Because like I said at the start of the reading, things have been out of balance for a while now for you. Things have not been in your favor. And times are changing. You're outgrowing people and you're moving at an incredible rate, Spirit's saying. So justice is served the more you stand in your truth, your integrity. Yeah. The more you stand in your truth and integrity and really embody this Queen of Swords energy, you know, the more that justice is served. So this new beginning, I think, might come after a period where you finally make a decision about something and you really make that, again, from a place of truth and integrity and from putting yourself first. You make that decision and it's going to bring you great blessings. It's going to almost feel like a blank slate of your life, like things are finally, I'm just hearing things are finally on your terms. Things are finally on your terms. And this is going to cause a great celebration for you. And again, you're going to fall in love with life again. This is almost like the perspective of life that a child has. See this unicorn, like they feel enchanted by the little things of life. They're yet to discover the world, so every new thing they encounter is magic to them. And this is kind of like an energy that you may have lost touch with recently, or maybe even since your childhood, and now it's coming back to you. And you're really able to feel like, with this new beginning, like you can trust the goodness of life again, and that you can believe in miracles again like you did as a child. Okay, group 1, that's pretty much the end of your reading. I am going to draw a Gaia Oracle card for you guys just to finish. And we'll basically just ask Spirit, what does group 1 need to focus on moving forward? What would you like them to know at this time? Okay, Moonlight Goddess. Repressed emotions, healing and reflection. Number 2. Yeah, so I'm also reading this as your feminine nature has been repressed in some way, and you're healing that by bringing it back into balance with your masculinity. So I think regardless of whether you, regardless of what gender you identify or don't identify as, there's been an imbalance for you in terms of your femininity not being honoured as part of your nature. And this is very common because we live in a world that does tend to value masculine principles over the feminine. This is changing. We are all noticing this shift as things are becoming more balanced. However, it does take the individual to do their own work for this to be reflected back in the public arena. So I see you doing that work for yourself and really for the whole world, you know, because in a way, like, balance is a miracle and balance is a gift to the whole world, right? So I see that, yeah, you're really honouring your feminine, you're really honouring the aspects of you that need healing, and you're reflecting on your life in a new way, and you're really seeing things a bit more clearly. And you're seeing, yeah, how things haven't really been fair and how you've maybe been putting up with that a bit too much. All right, good luck, group 1, over the next little while. And yeah, just remember that you have miracles coming to you, okay? All right, I wish you all the best, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you very soon, okay? Bye. Hey, group 2, how you doing? All right, this will be your reading. So I already have your tarot and your oracle cards here, so I'll just take a look at your oracle cards to start with. Divine guidance. Children. trust, soulmate, abundance, guardian angel, and freedom. Wow. This is a very powerful spread already. And I'm just going to take a look at your tarots as well. So, King of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Judgment, the Knight of Pentacles, ooh, the Star card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay. I think there's been this element of you feeling like depressed, like your energy is repressed inside of you, like you feel paralyzed to take action about things, or you feel paralyzed to like stand up for yourself. I think I'm hearing that you have like this mind chatter going on around you not being worth standing up for. Like maybe someone recently didn't stand up for you or didn't acknowledge your feelings, and then it kind of like triggered you into this thought loops of saying that you don't deserve that. And Spirit's saying you do deserve this. You do deserve to fight for yourself, to be heard, to be seen. And you do deserve to speak out about what's been going on for you. And you deserve to speak up if something feels wrong to you, or if it makes you feel uncomfortable. You have every right to do that. Okay? And Spirit's even saying that the more you find your voice, the more you use it for yourself rather than for other people, the more free you're going to feel. Because actually, you're not seeing a lot right now. You're not seeing how you are a star and how abundant you are and how much protection you have in spirit world and in physical world. So Spirit's really, she's saying you work so hard. You're always working really, really hard on your job or on your art or whatever it is that you have goals towards. You're always working towards that, and you're very provided for. I think you already live in some amount of abundance, or you understand that it is coming to you. But yeah, Spirit's just reminding you that if you don't know this, then abundance is coming very, 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 like not even soon. It's more like it's whenever you're ready to feel that it's there. Because abundance is an energy, and so is money. Like money is an energy, and it's our relationship to money is our relationship to love, is our relationship to food, is our relationship to everything. Okay? So it's like whatever we believe about money, we also believe about love. We also believe about sex. We also believe about food. We have the same beliefs for all this stuff because it's all energy, and it's all love energy. So if you have scarcity around money, so you think, I'm never going to have enough money, my bank account is always empty or it's always draining, I just can't seem to ever have enough, then that's also how you feel about love, and that's also how you feel about food, and that's also how you feel about sex. So it's really interesting when we take that awareness and we apply it to everything, because we realize how much we are actually impacting things rather than the opposite, rather than them impacting us. We're actually impacting things more than we realize. So Spirit's saying you work really hard and you ought to experience abundance. Spirit's saying to you, you don't even have to work as hard as you are in order to have the abundance that you want. Okay? Now, I'm getting a message around you are being divinely guided right now to tie up loose ends in order for you to step into your destiny. You're a star. You might actually be destined to be famous, or to be in some capacity really well known and really seen in your light. I'm hearing seen in your light. Because you are a star and you are very bright and you do shine bright and you're allowed to shine bright, Spirit says. I think a lot of time people in your past have tried to diminish your light, or have tried to make you diminish your light. And Spirit's saying, never do this, never diminish your light, because your light is who you are. There's a turning point happening for you very, very shortly. And whether or not, I see this as happening kind of around the same time as this judgment energy gets quite intense. So the judgment energy talks about when we're coming to the end of a karmic cycle and we need to tie up loose ends around it. So I'm seeing that there's this energy of you having to deal with a lot. It's a lot for you guys right now, and I'm really honoring how intense it feels. But there's going to be a turning point really, really soon, and it's going to signify a new beginning for you guys, and it's going to bring about this real change in perception, a change in perception of how you view yourself, but also in how everyone in the world views you. And you're going to start getting, I think, some kind of recognition for this light that is inside of you, whether that is your art or your music or your career or your finances, or it's just that you're about to meet your soulmate. I think for a lot of you guys, you're already with this person. It's definitely fate that you meet them. It was fated. This person is very important in your path. I think if you haven't met them yet, then trust that they're coming. If you have met them, then trust that they are your soulmate. You probably already realized this. For some of you, it will be someone you are going to have children with. For others of you, it's about the way that your relationship can heal your inner child. So I think that I know that it's indicated for you both to do inner child work, especially while you're in this connection with each other, because actually it's going to really support you both. You're both going to support each other to do this healing. This guardian angel is interesting because I'm almost getting a message that you and your soulmate will almost act like each other's guardian angel in this lifetime. You're really going to protect each other and look over one another. There's also a message for some of you around a deceased loved one, possibly a deceased soulmate, a friend soulmate, or an ex-lover. They're with you and they love you. This card really does depict the veil between two worlds, because you see this person in physical realm and this angel in spirit realm. And you see the differences in their density, but in fact, they're in the same place, right? They're in the same place. It's just a difference of density. And this is what Spirit would like you to know about any deceased loved ones that you have, or any angels you feel connected to. They're with you and they love you, and they're not far away at all. They're right there with you, okay? Yeah, there needs to be this deepening of your trust, because I'm seeing that the more that you use your voice, the more you can trust yourself and others. I think in the past, that you are this King of Swords energy. You're someone who is an authority. You're someone who is strong in themselves. You're someone who is truthful. You're someone who is intellectual and intelligent. You're someone who is, incredibly smart. You have a very quick mind. You're witty. You're funny. And, I think sometimes you hide this power from people because you don't want to intimidate them with how strong you are. But Spirit's saying no hiding anymore. You're allowed to be this King of Swords. You're allowed to be an authority. You're allowed to be maybe at times bossy or dictating, but you're just that's just who you are. You're a boss. Who cares, And I think the more that you really don't hide this aspect of yourself, the more you just are assertive, or you are just like forthright in your communication, the more you're going to be able to trust people, because you'll trust yourself, and you'll trust yourself that you will speak up if you need to, and be your own advocate. So this Nine of Pentacles is the pre-Empress energy. So it's also talking about when we're on our path to riches and abundance, which you are, we have to at times check in with what we value, and that will always be changing, of course. So when we start out, maybe what we value the most is, the business, or the opposite, maybe we value family and relationships more than what we're working towards. But there's always needing to be this rebalancing in our values. So Spirit's just asking you, like, on your path to fame, because I'm hearing you really are going to be famous, possibly for music, or just for your light that you offer the world. Yeah, so we have to check in around what are our values, and we have to keep reminding ourselves of what is valuable to us, and really asking ourselves, like, what am I sacrificing here, and am I okay with that? And sometimes we do need to sacrifice things, but sometimes we need to also rein that in, and not sacrifice the livelihoods of our children, or not sacrifice the livelihoods of our inner child, even how they feel about things shifting and changing, and really occupy a very maternal energy as well. I'm hearing you naturally can do that, but sometimes you suppress that in yourself. Yeah. As much as you can, to really just remember to nourish yourself, and remember to nurture your needs. Okay. Yes, you're very hardworking. Spirit's saying, honor that about yourself. Sometimes you're really hard on yourself, and you only see what hasn't been done rather than acknowledging all the stuff you have done. Yeah, there's definitely a very strong message around it's okay to trust people, and it's okay to feel vulnerable. Love, especially soulmate love, it can make us feel very vulnerable. So Spirit's saying that's okay, and don't silence yourself. I think you have a really strong voice, and at times you feel like you need to silence that, but you really don't. Alright, I'm going to do a Gaia card for you guys, just as to wrap this reading up, and we'll ask, what do you need to focus on? Okay, we got 2 cards. We've got the Nine of Hearts, fulfillment, harmony, and protection. And we have lost love, surrender, healing, and release. Alright, so I think this is about a deceased loved one for you guys, and that it's okay to grieve over them, and it's also okay to release them to spirit world, and to know that they're okay, and that they still love you. You both still love each other, and that won't ever change. For others of you, it's about surrendering any repressed emotions so that your new love can come in. Because this says fulfillment, harmony, and protection. So Spirit's saying you are incredibly protected. That's something you don't have to worry about. And yeah, you're about to have a real turning point happen for you, where you feel very fulfilled and very harmonious, because you've done a lot of karmic clearing, and you've tied up a lot of loose ends, and you've really made space for this harmony to be present in your life. Okay, thank you so much, group 2. I really hope that reading did resonate with you, and it did help you in some way today. So thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel in your own way. I really appreciate all of you. Alright, I'll see you real soon, okay? Bye. Hey group 3, how are you guys? Okay, so I have your oracle cards and your tarot, so I'm going to look at your oracle cards first. We have music, signs, new love, study, answered prayer, friendship, and ideas and inspiration. Hopefully you can see all of those. Yeah, cool. Then your tarot. The 10 of Swords. Temperance. That's good. The 4 of Cups in reverse. The Moon. The Queen of Wands. The Magician. The Page of Pentacles. Okay. I'm seeing that you're doing a lot of work on shifting your ideas around scarcity and abundance, or even just really healing. I'm hearing that you're healing this illusion that you're not good enough. You're healing an illusion of not having enough, not doing enough, not being enough. And you're really stepping into like some strength that comes through honoring the wholeness of who we are, like bringing together any denied or ostracized aspects of our psyche and bringing them into our heart to be healed and integrated into wholeness. And I really see you doing that work. Spirit's saying that's not easy work to do, especially when we have very intense pain that we're integrating. So Spirit's honoring that, you're integrating a lot of heartbreak right now. Whether that is heartbreak in terms of a love situation, or whether that's just from your history and your childhood, and integrating trauma that's stuck in your nervous system, really integrating that into, like I said, integrating that with love and bringing that into your heart rather than sort of disassociating from those feelings when they come up. I see you really shining the light on what's been in darkness, what's been in your shadow. And even like Spirit has a message that even if you haven't felt the, I guess, rewards of doing this work yet, that they are there, and that actually more is healed than you think. More is going on under the surface than perhaps you think or know. Yeah, there is a message around to be patient with your healing, to be patient with love, to be patient with life, and to know that there's a quote like, the reward of patience is patience. Because patience is peace, honestly. It's being just peaceful with the present moment, no matter what that looks like. But also holding the knowledge that that moment will change, Nothing is forever. Things are always shifting. And that's true of good things as well. And that's why we need to value them while they're there, because they might go. So yeah, this Temperance card is very positive. It's really talking about like spiritual fulfillment. I see that you're really a hard worker, really, really hardworking, and Spirit wants to acknowledge this about you. Even if you are hardworking in a non-traditional way, you might be hardworking in a traditional way as well, as in, you work a lot of hours, or you really put time into your hobbies or your your goals. You're very goal oriented. But you might also just be hardworking, like I was saying, in terms of the emotional work you do and the inner work you do. And that's very rarely acknowledged by our society and just very rarely even seen. But temperance talks about, it talks about art as well, and being an artist and walking the artist path in life, which, as we know, is not always an easy path to walk. However, I'm seeing that, like, if you haven't been getting acknowledgement for certain internal work that you're doing, like that acknowledgement is coming. It just you might have to be patient with it, because temperance talks a lot about like the long road and things being really, really rewarding because we stick with it and we don't give up on ourselves. And that's where really, the spiritual rewards come in. The reward of like spiritual fulfillment over a long period of time, and the reward of finally getting the recognition that perhaps we never got, especially for inner work, right? Because it's not really always seen until, there's so much that goes into it before we come out as this butterfly, right? Which is sort of like what temperance talks about. It talks about like transforming through balance and through persistence and through honouring every stage of our journey rather than only honouring the final product. So I think that you are an artist. Well, I feel you are. Yeah, we have music as well. So this could definitely be to do with music. And it could also just be to do with any kind of art. Because I often will read music as not only having to be music, it could also just be spoken word or even poetry, But yeah, I think you're going to, and Spirit's saying you will get recognition for this, because the Temperance card, it's very positive. But Spirit's also saying like there will be, this is like payoff through balance, Temperance is. So whatever balance means to you, maybe just contemplate that. And yes, so there's a message around you. The Magician is like a new beginning or manifestation. So I see you really entering this new beginning with your art or with your inspiration or with your creativity. Because this King of Wands, it's very fiery and creative and explorative and enthusiastic and all those things. So whatever, you can bring this energy of fire into whatever you want to manifest. For some of you, it is a new love, a new love. Or for some of you, it's actually a new beginning within a current relationship, and this is going to bring you a lot of happiness. Yes, the answered prayer. Whatever this manifestation is for you, and because you're already manifesting it, your prayers are answered. For some of you, it's around studying something, or you're going to finally complete your studies. It's also indicated if you feel like you've been questioning, do I want to study something, to do that and to just try it and see how you go. I think you're someone who has a lot of ideas and inspiration. Yes, this is kind of what I was talking about with this King of Wands, is like, you're someone who does have a lot of ideas and inspiration, and Spirit's saying like put that into action, actually manifest that into form, because you're very capable of doing that. And I think it's going to bring you a lot of happiness, because it'll feel like you have answered your own prayer in a way. And I see a lot of that could be music for a lot of you. Spirit's saying go for it, go after it. Like there's just this real energy of encouragement from her right now around people who are pursuing music or pursuing a creative path. And you can ask for help as well, Spirit's saying, like lean into your friendships, lean into all of your relationships, not just your love relationship. I think for some of you, there has been that element of you leaning into friendships because perhaps there hasn't been a love relationship around for a while. Again, for some of you, it's a new love within a current love. But look for the signs. Spirit's sending you a lot of signs right now towards what it is you need to be doing, whether that's study, whether that's music, whether that's following your ideas and your inspiration. But yeah, just look out for the signs of the universe. What are signs, you say? Well, they could just be repeating numbers. They could be like, the thing is that I can't really tell you what the signs will be because they'll be in your language. Not talking about like as in universal language. So, you know, for me, the number 3 and 13 are really special to me, but for you, maybe the number 5 or 14 is really special to you. So whatever will resonate with you is how spirit will communicate with you. Perhaps your favorite animal is the crow, or you feel a spiritual affinity with a cat, right? So then spirit's going to send you cats and crows everywhere you look, kind of thing. So this is where the signs stuff, it's really personal to you, and it should be, because spirit knows you best. Like, spirit knows you better than you know yourself, so she will be sending you messages that perhaps only you can read even. They'll be cryptic, they'll be coded, they'll be symbolic. Also in your dreams, she's telling me, look out for signs in your dreams and symbols in your dreams. She's also saying pray. If you have been praying, then there will be answered, and that prayers, she's saying some of you don't believe that your prayers will be answered. So she's saying you need to prove yourself wrong by praying and allowing her to answer them. Yeah, for some of you, you will start a relationship with a friend or someone you already know. And someone who you have a good foundation with, even if they're not really a friend and they've always been a bit of a flirty crush situation, I think that's going to develop soon. Well, Spirit's saying it will develop soon. And that might be your answered prayer as well. So just know that, like, nothing goes unheard by Spirit. Spirit hears us. She may not give us exactly what we want, because sometimes, we don't actually know what we want. Okay, now we're getting into real spiritual teachings here, but we all, there's a big, as we know, there's a big movement around law of attraction and manifestation and, manifesting exactly what it is that you want. However, what about if we don't actually know what we want? What about if what we think we want isn't what we want? Because, for example, if every wish that we ever had came true, can you imagine the kind of wishes that you made when you were 16 or when you were even younger, 5? Do you think that they would have really served you? So it's sort of to bring that awareness to this stuff. And when I pray, I always say at the end, this or something better, because Spirit knows. Spirit knows what I actually need. And I can certainly bring intentionality into my life and into my prayers and into my thoughts and my affirmations. But at the end of the day, I always surrender it to Spirit, because she knows best. And she'll give me something better if what I've asked for isn't even, as good as it gets. Because, for example, when we're a child, we don't understand certain dynamics. We might pray that, mommy and daddy get back together, but actually it was a really abusive relationship, and that isn't what's the highest good for all. So that's what I mean about sometimes our prayers aren't answered straight away, because perhaps they're not actually serving us, or perhaps they're answered in divine timing. So that's where a lot of faith comes into it. And perhaps I'm hearing for some of you guys, faith isn't something that comes very easily to you. I get it. It's hard to trust when, things haven't been good in our history, right? It's why would we trust? It feels counterintuitive. But yeah, I think Spirit would like you to just open your mind up to maybe ways that she's already supporting you, rather than focusing on ways that she isn't. Because yeah, I think this is where the signs comes in. It's there's always a communication with Spirit world if you're open to receiving it, and if you want that as well. So yeah, definitely go for the study if that's what you've been confused about. Study music if you want. You have really good ideas, so maybe it's even just about pursuing study just in your own time. you know, YouTube is a great place for us to learn these days. Maybe you don't have to go to an actual institution to learn, but to just like take in some new knowledge and expand your horizons, Spirit's saying. And yeah, you do have really good ideas, so as much as you can, like bring them out into the world, bring them out into physical world, bring them to physical form, Spirit's saying, because you have the power to do that. You're very powerful. All right, I'm going to draw a Gaia Oracle card for you, Group 3. We'll basically just ask, what do you need to focus on moving forward at this time? Oh, okay, we'll do one more. Yeah, there you go. So we've got loss and healing. So you're healing from loss, which I think is what I was talking about with this 10 of Swords, hey? Is that things have been hard, things have been really heartbreaking, or there's been a lot of grief and sadness in your heart. And you're healing that, you really are, because you're reconnecting with your true nature. Yeah, you're reconnecting with your true nature as an artist, as an intuitive, and as a really, really good friend, I'm hearing. You're a really good friend to people, so Spirit's asking you to be that good friend to yourself as well during this healing process. And you can pray and ask Spirit for help as well. You know, whatever you would like help with from Spirit, she will help you. She will send you people to help you out. She will send you situations, she will send you resources, whatever you need. Like, you will be supported, Spirit's saying to you right now. You are supported and you are loved. Okay, thank you so much, Group 3. I really hope that did resonate with you at some level. And I really appreciate you taking your time to watch this video and support my channel, so thank you so much. And yes, I will see you real soon, okay? Bye.